Hello, Marion City Schools family. It's Friday. It's hard to believe we've made it through the first week of this new era in dealing with the coronavirus. I wanted to touch base with you today just to kind of recap a little bit about what's gone on and what to look forward to in the next 2 weeks. Our plan, as always, is to communicate with you every day. We will not send updates out either Saturday or Sunday this weekend unless it's absolutely necessary. This past week, we prepared, our number one priority was to make sure that all of our students were fed. So over the course of last week, we prepared to feed students, and we also prepared to deliver education that would cover us for the next 3 weeks up until April 6th, which is the time told us that that would be the duration of the school closure. We were able to do most of that work over about 48 hours, and there were countless hours that were put in by staff to both prepare the food for the students, to develop that plan for delivery of that food, and also by our teachers to make sure that we had an education that would meet the needs of our students and also allow us to continue to bring education to our students during this time we're off. We're also doing our part here in Marion City Schools to make sure that we take care of our 700 plus employees. And although there are some of our employees that are physically required to be in the district, such as bus drivers and cooks and aides and others, we are aware of social distancing and other measures that we are using to flatten this curve. As a result of that, all of our buildings will be closed from this point on until April 6th. We will only allow access to any of our buildings in the case of an emergency. The packets that were created by our teachers were available for pickup both Wednesday and Thursday. If any of our students or families were not able to pick up a packet, we have them available here at the District Service Center, which is located at 100 Executive Drive. They are located in the breezeway in the doors that enter from the back parking lot. Just a little bit about next week. Next week is spring break. So for all of our students and staff members, we hope you take this time off to just kind of spend some time with your family, reflect on what's happening right now across the country, and spend that time making sure you're safe, but also enjoying yourself. There will be food delivered next week. There will be 2 meals delivered on Monday for every student that needs to get a meal. And on Wednesday, we will also have delivery, which will include 3 meals. And that should get us through the week as far as meal service. And as I said, teachers and students are technically off, but activities will resume in the educational process on March 30th. At this point, we are asking all of our families to contact their teachers if they haven't already done so. Our teachers over the last few days have made numerous attempts, and they were successful in many cases, but they have made numerous attempts to contact every one of their students. And there are still a lot of students out there that we have not made contact with. You should have received a voicemail or an email to make contact with your teacher. What we are trying to do is gather information about our district's capacity to deliver online education should the need arise if this extended school closure goes beyond April 6th. So please check your voicemail and email your teacher, and if you have an updated number that we can get to those teachers so that you can make that contact, we strongly encourage you to do that. If you know a family member who has not received that message, please tell them, communicate with them so that every student makes sure that they contact their teacher within the next week or two up until April 6th. So again, we are communicating on a daily basis. There will be no updates over the weekend unless it's absolutely necessary. I can urge you to continue to follow our governor's advice to shelter in place as much as possible. We want all of our students and all of our employees back with us when it's time to resume school as usual. I just want to thank again all of our staff members and our community, especially for all of the resilience, the patience, and the understanding as we all get through this together and we all do our part to protect one another and flatten the curve. I hope you have a great weekend, and as always, go Prexies.